Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending good energy, sending blessings to each and every single one of you. Welcome to the new subscribers. For the existing subscribers and those of you who've been rocking with me for a while now, thank you so much for your continued support. You have no idea how much it means to me, and we are going to continue to do big things, you guys. Got a lot of stuff in store. So we are talking Love and Marriage Huntsville again. You guys know why you're here. Because PHONICS Unhooked has emerged. Everybody has emerged after the fallout of the alleged, well, it's not alleged that people were trash talking, Melody Cherie and her daughter, right? But it's the who that's behind it, because now everybody wants to play and run scared, right? And nobody wants to take accountability for their actions, right? So, but all of the people who are the co-conspirators who have previously said bad things in the past are all coming out and going on Instagram lives and deleting their lives immediately after, you guys. But people screenshot, people screen record and everything else. So nonetheless, PHONICS Unhooked emerges, you guys. And she says that, she wants to apologize for, well, before she does that, she makes it to point to say that she does not talk about anybody's kids and has never talked about anybody's kids and everything else. But then later on, makes it a point to say that she doesn't talk about the kids to their face, you guys. So basically, she admits that she bashes people's kids amongst other people. She just doesn't do it to the kid's face, which is already a problem in itself, you guys, because all it takes is for one person, a part of that conversation, a part of that text message or whatever the case, to hear it and relay it to that kid, and it's lights out, you guys. It is absolutely lights out for PHONICS Unhooked once again. How can you talk about children? And why are you bragging on live that you do this? So, anyways, she further goes on to claim that she's quote-unquote a bigger person because she apparently thinks she's doing this insincere blanket, I'm sorry if I said something about, a child. I apologize if I said something about the child. Does that make you feel better? Is that going to satisfy you guys? Is that going to shut you guys up? Is that going to have you guys to move on? Is that going to make you guys feel better about yourselves? Because I've said sorry a bunch of times. Here's the thing. We do not need the apology. See, this is the problem, you guys. This is the problem. Number one, we have, and this is sad because, PHONICS Unhooked should know better. She should know better that just doing a blanket apology just to think that she's pacifying people, the same thing she did at the reunion where she gave that fake apology because she thought that it was going to save her job on the show that she still has not filmed for, but refuses to accept that she is not going to be on the show this season, you guys. That type of an apology in hopes I can keep a check type of apology. No. None of that is genuine. And here's the thing. This is not the first time that you've talked about the whole kids. This is like the third or fourth that we know of. That's been a part of these lives, right? That's just the public part that we know, that you've said something disparaging about these kids, right? We don't know all of the 20 other times that you've said stuff behind the scenes in whatever conversations with whomever that were probably even more reckless and more disturbing than what we caught you on video saying. But that's not even the issue. The issue at hand is this. You're only apologizing because you refused to accept accountability and you were standing 10 toes down in your comments about it because you felt justified in making those comments because you didn't like Melody Cherie for the simple fact that she was no longer friends with your daughter. And so you decided to take it personal and use it to basically attack anything and everything associated with Melody Cherie. You've attacked completely her family, and you basically said she was going to be no good being divorced from Martell, and that she should have stayed with him. You've hyped up the side chick, who has completely been disgusting, and even accused your son-in-law of having linebacker side chicks, right? But but you don't talk about that anymore. You don't talk about your alleged son-in-law and his Airbnbs and his shared apartments, allegedly with Martell, and his alleged side chick linebackers, right? You have turned all of your focus onto Melody Cherie, her kids, even bringing her mom into the mess. And then you try to blame people who defend and support Melody Cherie, also known as the Millimeters Boys. You tried all these things, and the problem is the fan base is too big for the rest of the cast combined. And you cannot fight that battle. So now you're giving these blanket, insincere apologies in hopes that's going to flip the narrative. But the person that you need to actually apologize to is Melody Cherie directly, to her face, and not trying to be messy, and not trying to bring your cousin who has a gun, and not trying to have a whole crowd of people with Letitia and Marceau hoping that something pops off, hoping that something escalates to violence. You need to be woman to woman, having a real sit down with Melody Cherie and ironing out everything that you have been responsible for that was negatively against Melody and Cherie and her kids. That is what a genuine apology is. Woman to woman, face to face, actually saying what you're sorry for. Getting on an Instagram live, putting on a show for your followers to say, I'm sorry if I ever said anything about a kid. I'm sorry, to the supporters if I've ever said anything about a kid, blah, 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 blah. But then you're going to get off live and talk trash about that same kid. So it's not genuine. The first apology wasn't genuine because you continue to talk about the whole kids. Make it make sense. You can't just throw out blanket apologies and think that you're going to skate through. It doesn't work like that. The problem is you guys have continued to double down on the negativity, on the smear and slander campaign against Melody Cherie, against her family. And then you guys get on these Instagram lives, you post in these Instagram stories, these subliminal shots to people, and you pretend that you have no idea what anybody's talking about. But you're directly talking about Melody Cherie and her kids. But then you get on and play victim and say, oh, I would never. I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I would never do such things. That's a lie to God. That's a sin. You're directly lying and being a hypocrite and contradicting yourself when 2 minutes ago you just bragged about how you bash kids. And you just don't bash them to their faces. So if you know something is wrong, that you can't even tell the person to their face that it's wrong, why are you doing it behind their back? What does an innocent child done to you ever, Phonics Unhooked, that you feel that it is okay to bash children in your free time? Make it make sense. And those comments about the kids, I am sure you've made similar comments about all kinds of people that are close to you. Because that is just rooted in negativity and jealousy at its core. Why are you worried about innocent kids who have never said or done anything to you? And even if a kid does something wrong to you, the adult in the situation is supposed to educate the kid and properly discipline the kid in that they understand what they did wrong and show them how they need to accept accountability and give a genuine apology of what they're actually sorry for. Not just bashing the person. That does not resolve anything. Bashing people and name calling does not resolve anything. And that's why we are here. That is why we are here, because you and the Mean Girls crew keep bashing Melody Cherie and her family. And you guys don't get it, that all this negativity and hating on Melody Cherie, hating on any other business venture she has coming out, hating on her innocent children who have never said or done anything malicious to you, and at one point in time were close with Letitia's kids and going to birthday parties together. And you completely throw the assist and completely destroying that relationship. And you have no accountability for it. And you think just putting up a fake apology and then trying to invoke God and invoke religion after you did something bad, after you did something insincere and you knew it was insincere, and you don't understand why bad things keep happening, because God doesn't like ugly. So there is that. Until you actually get right with God and actually are owning up to your actual sins and owning up to actually what you're actually sinning and not giving blanket apologies to put on a show for your followers, then your luck will change. Then positive things will start to happen in your life. Then you will start to see actual blessings happen in your life. But until then, the smoke and mirrors are going to continue, because you seem to think that this is a game and that you can be two-faced and not think that people aren't going to screen grab and screen record it and send it to anyone and everyone to report on it and call you out about it. But you need to get it together, because there's receipts upon receipts of you bashing the Holt kids. And so for you to sit there and say you've never said anything, only to apologize and give a general apology moments later, and then admit you bash kids behind their backs and never to their face, is not a good look, Phonics Unhooked. It's not a good look at all. So those are some things to work on. If you're giving a genuine apology, give a genuine apology of what you're actually sorry for. Stop talking about kids, whether it's behind their back or to other people or whatever. It's not a good look, right? It's not a good look. And stop invoking God and religion if you're not serious, right? If you're not actually serious and you're walking in your path. Nobody's perfect. We all are sinners, those of you who follow, Christianity and everything else. But the difference is there are people who understand when they're making mistakes. And then there are people who are pretending to be perfect, knowing that they're continuing to make mistakes and not taking any accountability and responsibility for it, and not showing any signs that they have changed or improved. And that's what's happening here, right? So that's what you need to get together. So there is that. So you guys, I have lots of new things coming up in the next few weeks. Like I said, a couple of things I'm going to be announcing. But first, I have a second channel, Anonymous T Podcast, where we're going to get into some real news, some real issues that is happening, some money-making strategies, some sports talk. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about that is not necessarily appropriate for this particular channel. But I please hope you guys subscribe to it. It's really going to be some good content that will be coming out of that. I will put that link in the comments. Please, if you have not already, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you've not already. Please do not forget to hit the notification bell so you can be notified whenever I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.